She told me she was pregnant on a night that smelled like burnt coffee and lies. I remember the way she looked at me, wide-eyed, breathless, almost victorious, like she'd already won some unseen battle. "Now you're trapped with me forever," she whispered, half laughing. The word trapped didn't hit me like a joke. It hit like a prediction. Something cold slid down my spine, but I smiled. I always smiled around her. A survival instinct, I guess. "Let's celebrate with a doctor's appointment," I said quietly. A simple line, gentle. Too gentle. Her reaction wasn't. "That's not necessary." Fast, sharp, defensive. That was the moment the room changed shape. The walls tilted, her face distorted. A shadow passed between us, thin, almost invisible, but I felt it settle, heavy and final. I didn't push, not then. I just watched her avoid my eyes. And in that silence, something deep inside me shifted. A quiet unraveling. I didn't sleep that night. Not because of excitement, because of certainty. A woman doesn't reject a doctor unless she's hiding something from the doctor. Or from me. The next days were a blur of careful observation. Her sudden sweetness, her forced smiles, her constant checking of my reactions. She hugged me too tightly, kissed me too quickly, told me she loved me too often. It wasn't affection, it was fear disguised as affection. I kept my face still, my voice controlled, my questions subtle. And when she left for a girls' night, I sat in that quiet apartment and felt the floorboards breathe beneath my feet. Something waited to be found. I could feel it. Her drawer was the third one on the left. The one she always closed with a soft slam, 1 second too quick, 1 inch too hesitant. I pulled it open. There it was, a positive pregnancy test, still in its packaging, unused, fake. The kind sold for pranks, parties, or manipulations. I held it between my fingers and let the weight of it settle into my chest. Not heavy, not crushing, just clarifying. 3 days ago, she told me I was going to be a father. Today, the plastic truth lay cold in my hand. I put it back exactly where I found it, closed the drawer gently. Then I waited. She came home smiling, too wide, too bright. She curled into me on the couch, head on my shoulder, breath warm on my neck. I felt nothing. No anger, no heartbreak. Just an expanding quiet. The kind that happens right before a storm. The kind that decides the storm. The next morning, I placed a folded paper on the table. Not a DNA report, not a medical document, just the photo I took of the fake test lying peacefully in her drawer. She entered the kitchen, still sleepy, still pretending. "What's that?" she asked. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. She opened it, saw it, went pale instantly. Her mouth fell open, but no sound came out, not at first. Then, "It's not what it looks like." I raised my hand slightly, a calm gesture, quieting, because the truth didn't need arguing, it only needed witnessing. She sank into the chair like her bones were made of wet paper. Her hands trembled, her eyes watered, but I felt nothing, absolutely nothing. It was almost peaceful. "I knew," I said softly. "I knew the moment you said the appointment wasn't necessary." She broke then, cried, begged, tried to twist the story, reshape it, rewrite the script. But her voice sounded far away, like a radio station fading out. I waited for her to stop, for her breath to steady. Then I stood. This was my revenge. Not shouting, not insults, not chaos. Just truth. Cold, precise, undeniable. "I'm not trapped," I said. "You are, in your own lies." I placed my keys on the table, a quiet declaration. She reached for me, but her hand cut through empty air. I was already gone, not because I stopped caring, but because I finally understood she never cared at all. As I walked out of the apartment, The morning light felt different, sharper, cleaner, and for the first time in months, I could breathe. People think betrayal destroys you, but real betrayal does something else. It wakes you up. I didn't look back, not once, because some doors don't deserve a final glance, and some lies deserve to collapse without witness.